This is not a story for everyone. It's for the ones who loved genuinely, trusted deeply, and were hurt quietly. If you're healing in silence, this space is for you. Have you ever walked into someone's life with a clean heart, only to realize later they were already judging you, already doubting you, already planning against you? Not because you did something wrong, but because you were vulnerable. Today I want to talk about what it feels like when your heart meant no harm, but harm still found you. I was raised believing something simple. If your intentions are pure, life will meet you with fairness. That's the code I've lived by. I don't walk into places with hidden agendas. I don't sit with people plotting their downfall. When I share space with you, I share respect. My mind is wired for building, not for tearing down. Even when life pushed me into difficult seasons, financial pressure, uncertainty, survival mode, my heart stayed the same. It's the only way I know how to be. I told myself, this is temporary. God will come through. Just keep hustling. Just keep praying. I was prepared for the struggle, for the long nights and the early mornings. I was prepared for the grind. What I didn't prepare for was people. I stayed with a friend during a hard season. It wasn't a vacation. It wasn't a choice I made from a place of comfort. It was a necessary step for survival, and I walked into it with a heart full of gratitude and a mind focused on one thing. I woke up every day with a single mission: get back on my feet. There were no bad intentions, no plans to overstay my welcome, just gratitude and hustle. My energy was poured into my work, my prayers, and the goal of rebuilding my life. And God did come through. He always does. But while I was praying for progress, while I was fighting my battles in the light, unknown to me, someone close was entertaining thoughts I never planted. Assumptions were being watered. Suspicion was taking root. Silent resentment was growing in the shadows of the very space I thought was safe. And that's when I learned something painful, something that pierced deeper than any financial struggle ever could. Sometimes people don't hate you for what you've done. They hate you for what they think you might do. They project their own fears, their own insecurities, and their own past wounds onto your character. When I found out what was being thought and said behind my back, I didn't feel anger first. I felt a profound, gut-wrenching confusion. How does someone look at you every day, hear your prayers for a breakthrough, see your struggle up close, and still choose to believe evil of you? How do they witness your fight and still craft a narrative where you are the villain? That moment broke something in me. It wasn't my faith in God. That remained my anchor. But it shattered my naive understanding of humans, because I finally realized not everyone judges you by your actions. Some judge you by their fears. They don't see your heart. They see the reflection of their own brokenness. What hurt even more was the crushing realization that this wasn't the first time. It was a pattern. I had seen this before, in different forms, with different faces. Even in love. Even in places that were supposed to feel like home, like sanctuary. That feeling of people coming home with heavy thoughts, their energy cold and distant. That silent hostility that fills a room, suffocating the air, leaving you questioning what you did wrong when you did nothing at all. And I kept asking myself the same questions, over and over. Why do people hurt others without a second thought? Why don't they consider the consequences, the lasting damage of their words and their suspicions? Why don't they think about the invisible scars they leave on a person's soul, while I'm over here thinking about the future, about purpose, about legacy? Others are consumed with thoughts of betrayal, envy, and doubt. I won't lie to you. There were moments the pain triggered something dark in me, a raw, primal anger, a chilling fear, thoughts that scared me because they felt so foreign to who I am. Not because I genuinely wanted revenge, that's not my spirit, but because prolonged injustice does something to the human mind. It pushes you to the edge, making you question your own goodness. And that's when I prayed differently. My prayers changed. I stopped asking just for success, for money, for open doors. I started praying for something more urgent, more fundamental. God, guard my heart, guard my reactions. Don't let this pain make me become someone I don't recognize. Don't let bitterness make me destroy the future you have for me. I still believe kindness matters. I still believe a pure heart is a source of strength. But I've learned something important, a lesson forged in fire. A clean heart must walk with discernment. You must learn to see beyond the smiles and the words. You must learn to feel the energy, to recognize the spirit of a person, and to protect your peace with wisdom. Kindness without boundaries is self-abandonment. If you're listening to this right now, and you've been hurt quietly, if you've been misjudged, if you've been betrayed during your lowest point, know this. You are not foolish for loving genuinely. You are not weak for trusting. You are strong for surviving it. The problem was never your heart. It was the hands it was placed in. I don't plan harm for others. I never have. I plan growth. I plan purpose. I plan to build a legacy that outlives any pain inflicted upon me. My focus remains on what's ahead, on the light, not on the shadows that tried to hold me back. If this story spoke to your heart, subscribe not just to watch videos, but to heal with a community that understands. Share this with your loved ones, with anyone who might be healing in silence, so they know they are not alone. This journey is hard, but we don't have to walk it by ourselves.